Something was found in the Egyptian desert. It was near the Valley of the Kings. When experts looked at it, they saw glowing symbols. No one understood what they meant. This discovery could change how we see our history. It might change everything we know about where we come from. In this video, we will learn more about this mystery and what it could mean for us. Let's dive in.
It's an entrance. We can see an entrance. It's so exciting. I need to see what is in there. It has been hidden for 2,000 years.
The sun was hot in the desert. Dr. Elena Carter wiped sweat off her face as her team worked. They had been digging for weeks and found only broken pottery and tools. Then Amir, a young archaeologist, called out, "Dr. Carter, come see this." Elena walked over. Amir knelt by a black stone in the sand. Strange carvings were on it, glowing in the sun. As Amir brushed the sand off, the symbols became clearer, nothing like any Egyptian writing. "This is not from here," Amir said, his voice shaking. Elena bent down to look. Her heart raced. The symbols seemed to move. She grabbed her radio. "Everyone, come here! We found something important." As the team gathered, the site became very quiet. The wind stopped, and the desert was still. "This may change everything," Elena whispered, staring at the stone. At the camp, the team looked closely at the tablet. Dr. Elena Carter and Dr. Rajesh Mehta, an expert in old languages, worked together in the soft light of a lantern. The tablet looked far too advanced for its age. Rajesh gently touched the markings, his face full of thought. "These symbols aren't like hieroglyphs or ancient writing. It's more like pictures mixed with math." Days passed as they studied the tablet with special tools. They found faint lines that couldn't be seen with the eye, directions carved into it. The symbols pointed to landmarks, including a star pattern seen only at a certain time of year. One phrase stood out, that the Valley of Eternal Rest. "This isn't just a tablet," Rajesh said, adjusting his glasses. "It's a map, and maybe a warning." They compared the symbols with maps and found a new place, a deep gap in the western desert, far from known sites. Elena spoke with calm excitement. "If this leads to what I think, we may find a lost civilization." She shared the results with the team. "This is our next step. We'll need permits, supplies, and more people. If we're right, this could be the greatest discovery." The camp buzzed with excitement as they made plans. They didn't know the journey ahead would test not just their skills, but their lives. The sound of the engines echoed in the empty desert as the convoy moved deeper into the unknown. The team, led by new faces, carried tools, survival gear, and enough supplies for weeks. The coordinates on an old tablet pointed them toward a hidden crack that no map had ever shown. Dr. Elena Carter drove, her eyes on the horizon. Next to her, Dr. Rajesh Mehta studied the tablet. "We're almost there," he said, glancing at her. "This place should line up with the stars during the equinox." Elena nodded, her hands tight on the wheel. The air felt thick with history, like the desert dust swirling around them. As they reached the top of a dune, they saw it, a deep crack in the earth, surrounded by towering cliffs. The air was cooler, the shadows long and mysterious. The team parked and unloaded their gear. "This is it," Elena said. She looked at the dark crevice ahead. They used drones to check for a safe way in. The video showed ledges leading down. "It looks safe," Amir said, adjusting his helmet. "I hope so," Elena replied. She fastened her harness. The climb was hard, the walls crumbled as they went down. Elena led the way, her heart racing. The sound of water dripping echoed from below, strange in the dry desert. The team reached the bottom and turned on their headlamps. What they saw left them speechless. The cavern opened into a huge room. The walls were full of carvings, just like the symbols on the tablet. Tall stone pillars stood like guards, glowing with the same markings. In the middle, there was a big pyramid, almost touching the ceiling. "This isn't a tomb," Elena whispered. "It's a city, or what's left of one." The team spread out to take notes. Amir and Rajesh studied the carvings, showing daily life, stars, and rituals with light and sound. "These people knew a lot about the stars," Rajesh said, pointing to a constellation. "This chart is way ahead of its time." Elena found a small entrance at the pyramid's base. blocked by a heavy stone. With the team's help, they moved the stone and found a narrow passage. "Let's move carefully," Elena said, calm but excited. They walked down the hall and found small alcoves with old masks, tools, and pottery. Everything was well kept. At the end, they found something even more surprising. The passage led to a small room with glowing pictures on the walls. In the middle, a pedestal held a crystal. Elena stepped forward, her hand shaking as she touched it. "This must have been so important to them," she whispered. The crystal was warm and about the size of a grapefruit. Rajesh used his device to check it. "This is strange," he said. "We've never seen anything like this before." Elena looked at the murals. They showed the Amarin people's amazing work in medicine, science, and buildings. But one picture caught her eye. It showed a dark cloud spreading across the land, with people falling. "A pandemic," Elena said quietly. "This is how they ended." The team found new clues about the Amarin tribe. They were smart and advanced, like the early Egyptians. But their choice to stay alone might have led to their end. They found skeletons placed in special ways, showing that a sudden illness hit them hard. The dry air kept signs of a deadly disease that wiped out the tribe in just weeks. "They were wiped out not by war, but by nature," Rajesh said. "If they had asked for help, maybe they could have survived," Elena said. "Or the disease could have spread and harmed others," Rajesh said. "Their isolation may have been their downfall, but it saved others." At camp, Elena stared at the artifact they had found. It showed proof of a lost world. "This changes everything," she said quietly. "The Amarin were an important part of our shared history." Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you. The team decided to share their findings. They knew it would change everything. As they packed up, Elena felt unsure. The discovery was just the start. The Amarin had hidden secrets, secrets that could change the world. Maybe some things were never meant to be found. On the way back to Cairo, Elena and her team thought about what they had found. The Amarin, once lost, showed signs of greatness and tragedy. They had been clever, but something destroyed them. For Elena, the journey wasn't over. The crystal they found, glowing softly, seemed to hold more. It hummed softly, as if it had a secret to tell. Weeks after returning, Elena and her team spoke at Oxford. The presentation, The Forgotten Amarin, Rediscovering Humanity's Lost Chapter, was shown worldwide. Scholars and the media came to hear the story. Rajesh showed a map that led them to hidden ruins. They displayed slides of paintings, artifacts, and bones, telling the tale of the Amarna rise and fall. Elena then held up a glowing crystal. "This object," she said, "may be the greatest thing Amarna made. We don't know its exact use, but it holds energy, and it was very important. We are just starting to learn its role." After the presentation, many questions came. How did Amarna make such advanced technology? Could the deadly pathogen still be a danger? What does this discovery mean for us? Elena took her time with each question. "The Amarna show how linked ancient civilizations might have been," she said. "They did amazing things, but their fall reminds us that even the strongest can fall." In the Cairo lab, the crystal became the main focus. Elena worked with scientists and historians to study it. Early tests showed it had strange elements, ones not from Earth. Some thought it came from a meteorite. One day, while scanning the crystal, something strange happened. The light hit it just right, and shadowy images flashed on the walls. Elena looked around, confused, at the others. What just happened? Where did these images come from? The team stared at the drawings on the walls. They seemed like simple sketches at first, just black marks on paper. But when the light hit them, everything changed. The pictures came to life. They quickly put the crystal back and watched in awe. The shadows showed scenes from the Amarna's past, rituals, star studies, and city life. Rajesh, recording it, said, "It's like a memory. This is their story." The team found more drawings and covered the walls. Then, they saw something surprising. The Amarna had known they would vanish. One image showed their leaders around the artifact in the lab, putting their knowledge inside. The last picture was of the powerful Amarna people, carrying the artifact to the chamber where Elena's team found it. "They knew," Elena whispered. "They knew their time was ending. They left this for us. The news about the artifact spread fast. Some called it the best discovery, while others worried about digging it up. UNESCO and others asked for a break from the dig until a better plan was ready. Many theories popped up. Some said the Amarna were aliens, while others thought the artifact had hidden power. Through it all, Elena stayed calm. She said the artifact was for all people, not just one country. "This is more than history," she said on TV. "It's about learning who we are and what we can learn from the past." Months later, Elena returned with a small team. With new tools and help from around the world, they went into parts of the site no one had seen before. In a secret room under the pyramid, they found clay tablets. Thanks to Rajesh, they could read the words. The Amarna believed that while civilizations rise and fall, knowledge would stay safe forever. The chamber held Amarna's medical records, including cures for diseases we still fight. Scientists thought their knowledge could change medicine, but Elena said not to hurry. "We must respect their work," she said. The Amarna's discovery excited archaeologists. Museums teamed up to share their story. Elena, now well known, worked hard to protect their legacy. She started the Amarna Institute to keep their history safe. Elena stood in the hall, looking at the crystal. It reminded her of how the discovery changed her. "Amarna showed us that knowledge is our greatest gift," she said. Years later, new technology revealed more from the artifact. One message stood out, sent by the Amarna to the one who found their story. "To the one who finds this, we leave our story. Learn from our wins and losses. Protect this knowledge. It holds the key to lasting." The message touched many people. For Elena, it was a reminder of her work. One quiet night, she looked at the stars Amarna once saw. She felt close to them. Though they were gone, their story lived on. It reminded everyone of humanity's search for knowledge. Have you ever heard secrets of lost tribes? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.